Hey there everyone, Jeff here. Welcome back to Imagination Tech. So I've been flying drones for years, but I've never flown an RC plane. So today, I'm going to be stepping out of my comfort zone to see what happens when an FPV pilot tries a beginner RC airplane for the very first time. And we're also going to be taking a look at this Volantex Ranger 600 Stunt, which we are going to be using as my first RC airplane. And we're going to see if this is the right beginner RC airplane for someone like me. Stay tuned. So the Volantex Ranger 600 Stunt comes in this big, beautiful box, certainly bigger than the boxes that we are used to in FPV or with drones. And that's because planes are usually much bigger. With this is not even a very big wingspan. This is quite a small plane. So inside the box we get the manual, which I do recommend that you read through. There is the transmitter, which takes in 4 AA batteries. Here we have our charger and our 3 batteries, which you can order this with just 1 or 2 batteries. I got the one with 3 batteries, and these are really small batteries. I think these are just like 500 milliamp hours or something like that, probably even less 1S batteries. You get some spare props. I would think this is a proper mover, and of course your USB charger. We'll have to see what we can do about this situation. Maybe we can find a way to charge these things with our Whoop Store 3, which I have another video about. And do check that out. It's one of my essential tools for whoop flying. Finally, we have our Ranger 600 here. It's nothing needs to be assembled. It's already, it already has a propeller. It's already set up. So you just need to go out and fly it. So here you can remove the canopy, cockpit, and you can see here the 2 servos are here for all of these control surfaces. This is also where you would plug in your battery, and put that here. The dry weight of this thing, or a weight without the battery, is around 58.5, and with the battery, all up weight brings it to 68.8 grams. So that means our batteries are weighing in at 11.6 grams each. And this would be useful if you are looking to replace these batteries with something else. You would ideally want something to be of the same weight, so that you can maintain or keep that center of gravity. And because I don't think you can really make any adjustments on this thing. Having a heavier battery would mean your nose would be heavier. A lighter battery would mean, it's just going to throw things off balance. So ideally you would want to look for a battery that's also 11.6 grams. The batteries are approximately 38 millimeters by 20 millimeters, and they are also about around 6 or 7 millimeters thick. So unfortunately I wasn't able to buy extra batteries from Volantex. They weren't available where I'm at. I'm not sure where from the US or from elsewhere if they will be available, but I did find batteries of similar size. These are supposed to be also around 38 millimeters by 20 millimeters according to the listing, but what arrived was a little bit slightly shorter. This around 36 by 20, and it's still around 6 or 7 millimeters thick. And these are also half a gram lighter, so it's a close approximation. It's close with the original batteries. It's probably have about the same capacity, but it's also half a gram lighter, 0.5 grams lighter. So I'm hoping this won't affect the center of gravity too much. But yeah, if you need to look for batteries, just look for batteries with the same dimensions and approximately the same weight, with the micro lossy connector like this one. Charging the battery is as simple as just plugging it into your power bank and turning it on. If it's charging, it has a red light on the USB charger, and when it's fully charged, the light will go off. Over here I have my Wi-Fi Whoop Store 3 charger, which I did a review on a couple of months back. And with this charger, you can charge multiple devices at the same time, and you don't even have to you don't even need to make sure their voltages are the same. Just plug in the batteries in. So I made this PH2 to micro lossy adapter with an old micro lossy multi-charger I had lying around, and this charger is much better than the stock one, which you can only charge one with the included USB charger, and you can't really see how much voltage is in the battery once you plug it in. But at least here you can control how many what's the charge rate you want on these batteries, or if you want to charge it quickly, if you're in the field, etc. And obviously the main advantage for this one is that you can charge multiple batteries at the same time. So I just need to plug in one of them, and then it's gonna go ahead and charge these. I don't need to wait a long time for these to get done, because I'm charging at 0.6 amps, which is probably higher, a lot higher than the stock USB charger. It's probably just charging at 0.2 or 0.3 amps. But yeah, if I want to charge them quite fast or quite quickly, and I can use this, and I can charge multiple batteries at the same time, even my other Whoop Store, or rather my other Whoop batteries here. Right, so we're out here on the field today, and we are going to give this a maiden flight. I've been chugging this glider just like so, just to see if the balance is good. It's a little bit windy. Let me just try that again. Okay, so everything looks good, so I'm gonna power on my transmitter now, and it's blinking. And then we plug in our battery. Ooh, I have an ant. So plug in your battery, then you turn on your transmitter so they connect. Then you push your throttle all the way up and then down. So you're supposed to hear the beeps. And after that, the throttle should now be responsive to your controls, to the controls. First, we'll also set this to beginner mode. So that's 1, 2. That's the beginner mode. So that's in beginner mode, the gyro is activated. So this is like angle mode if you're flying with drones. Okay, so let's just give it full throttle. Okay, did I mention this is the first time I'm flying this thing? Let's try that again. Crash. Okay, third time's the charm. Okay, maybe we should throw it harder and upwards. There you go. Right, so we've fourth time's the charm. We've been able to launch it successfully. Let's try that again. So a little bit more upwards and a little bit harder. Try naman natin yung Autolaunch.
Meron palang ganun?
Yeah. But I wanted to try first yung Forgot how to do the Autolaunch. 1 key takeoff. Arm the throttle. Okay, 0. Hold your airplane, take off altitude. Ay, damn it, mosquito. Press the 1 key take-off. Transmitter will start beeping. Pull the throttle stick up to the max. Propeller will start spinning during beeping. Throughout the airplane slightly up angle. Airplane will take off automatically to a proper altitude and hover in a certain area. Okay, let's try that. So once you unlock the throttle, you press this 1 key switch. Then it's gonna start beeping. You max the throttle. And then as you can see, I wasn't holding onto the throttle. That was a bit sketchy. I wasn't sure it was gonna hit the tree, but yeah, I wasn't holding on to the sticks or the throttle controls, and it just flew automatically. So I've been flying for maybe around 5 minutes now, 4 or 5 minutes, and I've gotten a couple of flights in. This is my first day flying an airplane, so I'm at beginner mode. That helps a lot, you know, just to make myself familiarized with the controls and how a plane handles. We are probably going to go to middle mode, which loosens the restrictions on the pitch. I think that's at least that was the explanation. So yeah, but I think we'll do a couple more batteries on beginner mode and then switch to mid. The battery flight time of this thing, I'm not sure how long this thing lasts. I believe it says 8 minutes or around something like that. So I think this probably has maybe a couple more minutes of juice left. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's been a while, and I still have plenty of battery. So flying LOS doesn't have any indicators if your battery is low, so you just have to feel if the throttle is getting weaker, or just set a timer. So let's fly this on middle mode, and let's see if I can manage to keep this in the air. It's a little bit more wild. It's less stable than when I was in beginner mode, because I still had to control the pitch. Unlike with beginner mode, it's mostly stable. But yeah, I think if it's your first few flights, you can start on beginner mode and then slowly wean yourself to middle mode. And then the expert mode is where there's no stabilization at all. It's all about your management of your sticks. Landing na natin. Ayos. Ayos. Very tame, very docile siya mag-fly. May beginner mode, so perfect siya kahit never ka pa nag-fly na air.
A few moments later.
Kuya, thank you. Kasalanan ko po yan. Ay kuya, baka malaglag kayo.
So that's my experience flying the Volantex Ranger 600 Stunt as a first-time RC plane pilot. If you're coming from FPV and thinking about fixed wing, the Volantex Ranger 600 Stunt is a great plane to begin with, and this video should also give you a good idea of what to expect. Now, if you're interested in seeing more fixed wing videos, do let me know in the comments, and also let me know what you think of this Ranger 600 Stunt, because I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. So that is going to be it. I hope you liked this video. I hope you found this useful, entertaining, or at least informative. And if you did, please click on that like button and make sure you're subscribed, all right? So I am going to be leaving you with that. As always, keep building and keep flying.